Yo, what's up, party people? So I had some followers ask me to kind of walk through what a day in the life of doing a show, like we'll just say a club level show, because that's the one that usually offers the most challenges, and what that looks like in my world. Obviously, I mean, this is a whole bunch of this is going to be super elementary. We'll spend the week kind of talking about it. You guys can tell me how you approach it and that sort of thing. But I'm going to repeat a lot of things or say a lot of obvious things that maybe novice guys don't understand. So we're just going to come from a viewpoint of you not knowing anything about how to do a club date. The first thing I do is advance the show. If it's a band I've never worked with before, I'm asking for a stage plot and an input list, an updated stage plot and input list. That is super crazy important. The other thing is I obviously need the address of the venue. If there's any restrictions on load in and load out, I need to know all that kind of stuff. If we have to be loaded in and set up by, say, noon, so we can be out of the way of a corporate event or something, and maybe the band doesn't go on until 4 or 6 o'clock in the evening. I need to know all that kind of stuff. I need to know all the details. Never be afraid to ask a lot of questions when it's a new band in a new venue. I ask a lot of questions even if it's a regular client in a new venue, because there may be some stuff that I'll ask that they wouldn't think about asking, because they don't have to deal with production, because that's what they're paying me for. I always arrive at the venue, unless there's some kind of weird load-in thing that we just mentioned. Like if it's just a normal club gig, I always try to arrive at the venue at least 3 hours before the band starts, sometimes 3.5, depending on whatever load-in challenges there are. And then the next thing I do when I get to the venue is I want to walk the venue. The whole idea of getting there that early is, I want to be set up and waiting for the band, because there's nothing worse than the band and myself all on the stage at the same time, trying to pull cables, trying to get things set up. I want to be completely ready to go, and then all I have to do is mic the drums, and bam, we're good to go, or, use their, hook up their splitter or whatever and get the tail to me. I want to be completely, settled in the club when they arrive. So hang on, it's going to be a good week of content. We'll talk about the walkthrough tomorrow.